today I'm going to show you my black and white photography portfolio. Last winter I took a class at Stanford called Intro to Black and White Photography, where they gave us 35mm cameras and they gave us all these assignments. They gave us access to a darkroom and we were able to create these amazing images. I think film photography is so exciting. I had never been exposed to it before, but it's just a whole different type of photography. The prints come up beautifully and I think it really should come back, and I think a lot more people should appreciate it and discover it because it's really cool and the images are just stunning. So basically what you do is you have this camera and then you load in the film. It's 35mm film, there's different types. We did black and white. And it's different than digital photography because you kind of have to, you can't really see a playback after you've taken the photo, and you also don't know the lighting. It's not automatic, so you have to figure out all the settings yourself and kind of be intuitive about that. And so what happens is after you've taken all the photos on the film, you have to take it to a darkroom to get developed, and you take out the can of film that you took and you have to go into a completely pitch black room, pry open the can and try to load your film onto this reel, which is like, it took the longest time for me because, you know, you're completely blind and you just have to feel around and you have to load it onto this reel, and it's really difficult. And then after you do that, you do all this chemical stuff for like 30 minutes where you're pouring all these chemicals and you're washing the film, and then finally you get this developed film. And a lot of times you can do it wrong and you'll get like splotches on your film and it'll be destroyed. But if you do it right, you get this long reel of film that you dry up, and then you can start printing it in another room. And so here are some of my negatives. They come out as negatives, which is like the negative of the image that you took. They look really cool. I'll show you some. This is what it would look like fresh out of development with the chemicals. And so obviously they're black and white and you can kind of see the mini image of what you took, which is really cool. And so I have a ton of these because I took a lot of photos that quarter. And so once you have these, you go to another room which has enlargers. Basically you put your little slide in that little machine. It shines a light like a projector onto this screen, and then you put photosensitive paper there, and then you have to choose the amount of time that you want the photo to be exposed to your paper. This light sensitive paper is really finicky because if it touches any particle of light, it'll be ruined forever and it'll be turned black. So you have to make sure that all your paper is completely dark until the moment you take it out and expose it with light. But basically you expose the paper to light for a certain amount of time, and then you dip it in a bunch of different chemicals. There's like 4 or 5 different baths of liquid chemicals that you kind of like put it in for a certain amount of time, and you put it in the next bath and then the next one and then water, and then you have your print. And literally you don't know how it's going to turn out until you bring it out into the light and see it. And so what's useful to do before you start printing is to make a contact sheet, and that's basically a sheet of all the positives. So you print a bunch of negatives onto this contact sheet, and so you can see a mini image of what they're gonna look like. And so I guess I will show you guys some of what I took. I have all of these images that took so long to get right because I would print it one way, it'd be too dark, I'd have to go back in the room, do the whole process again. I would say each photo took about 20 minutes to do, not including the times I did it wrong. So, oh, this is actually the portfolio I turned in for a grade at the end. He says, "Hi Tiffany, good work. I still really like your self-portrait number 3. Okay. Well, so this is one of the photos I took at Lake Log, which is the empty lake. It's me and my boyfriend. He's kind of just walking. We weren't dating at the time, but I thought it was a really cool photo. This is a Tyco performance at Whitehall. I thought it was a really cool action shot. This is probably my favorite photo. It's a self-portrait. It's just me kind of gazing at a mirror, gazing at the camera, and I thought it was super unique and super dark and chilling. This is my best friend Brianna. I just took a self-portrait of her. I told her to look down, and I really, really like the way it turned out and the way that her face is really soft. This is another portrait of her. She's kind of just looking down, and you can see the flowers that she's holding. This one's a little confusing. It's it's Brianna. She's on her bed, and there's a bra next to her butt and a knife. I just thought it would be like really symbolic, maybe. And this is the same image a little closer. This is Brianna kind of looking into the mirror. I really like reflections and I really like mirror shots, as you can tell. Okay, so the next one is of a helicopter. We went to Lake Tahoe for a class to do a documentary on Care Flight, which is the helicopter people who take care of injured people. And so this is one of the shots from that day. Here's another closer up shot of that day. And here's a little tractor pulling along a helicopter. Here is, one day we went to Redwood Shores, which is the place that we practice for races, and I took a photo of all the boats that were coming down the line. This one's more artsy kind of patterns and stuff, just some chairs next to Ariaga's family dining hall. And this one is the same place, but just a different angle. Yeah, and I have some more, but those are my favorite ones, so I just thought I would share those because I really like black and white photography. I really hope to do it in the future. I actually got my dad's old film camera, and I'm gonna load it up and take some more photos. So yeah, let me know if you like this video. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want to see any other photography or art related videos, because I can do a lot on like photography, documentary filmmaking, anything. So I'm really open to suggestions because I just love making videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Photography is cool.